We hear it all the time. Believe women. It's a phrase shouted at rallies, printed on signs, echoed on social media, and on the surface it feels right. Support the people who speaks out. Stand with the harmed, not the powerful. But I'm here to say something that might challenge the comfort of that phrase, believe women. It is not enough. Because not all survivors are women, and not all perpetrators are men. We need to stop treating justice like a gender war. What we need to say is, believe survivors. Let's stop generalizing. Let's stop saying men are bad and women are good, because that's not justice. That's not accurate. That's just another narrative, another box to trap people in. Men can be victims too. Women can't be abusers. And survivors comes in all genders, all races, all walks of life. But when we only say believe women, we send a message loud and clear that some survivors matter more than others. Let me make myself perfectly clear. This is not to defend abusers. This is not about doubting survivors. I want abusers in prison. I want rapists locked away forever. I want justice for every single survivor, male, female, LGBTQ+, anyone who has endured what no human being should ever have to endure. But here's the problem. Belief isn't enough. Belief doesn't put the rapists in prison. Belief doesn't collect evidence. It doesn't make a system function. What does? Evidence, due process, training, funding, and accountability. We need officers trained in trauma-informed interviewing. We need fully funded forensic labs so that rape kits don't collect dust on shelves. We need courts that understand that trauma doesn't speak in perfect detail because the brain, under attack, doesn't focus on the color of the curtains or the time of the clock. It focuses on survival. And when a survivor can't recount every single detail, the system too often calls them a liar. That is how the system fails. It doesn't just fail when it doubts survivor. It fails when it expects them to sound like a movie script. It fails when it favors the rich, the powerful, the familiar. And yes, it fails when it only supports certain kinds of victims. We need to do better. We need to fund survivor advocacy. We need to expand access to mental health care. We need to educate the public, especially young people, on consent, boundaries, and respect. Yes, we need to stop turning justice into slogans. If we care about real justice, we won't rely on hashtags. We rely on hard conversation. We rely on facts. We'll demand a system that protects survivors and respects rights all at once. Let me leave you with this. Believe women started as a call to listen, but now we need something deeper. It's something that includes everyone who has suffered. Believe survivors. Demand evidence. Fix the system. That is how we stop perpetrators, predators, abusers. That is how we honor courage it takes to speak up. That is how we make our justice real, not theoretical.